In today's video, we'll be talking about Sean Strickland insulting KHABIB'S wife, Nate Diaz's friend, the up-and-coming Nick Maximov wanting a piece of Khamzat Chimaev, Sean Strickland convinced that these coaches are sexual predators, Belal Muhammad claiming that Sean Strickland is a 100% act and 0% action, and much more. So stay tuned to the end of the video. As an MMA fan, you should be used to hearing Sean Strickland sharing his thoughts on whatever he feels like, despite political correctness. Well, this time around, the UFC middleweight contender has decided to go all out against the wife and religion of Khabib Nurmagomedov. In an attempt to express his love for freedom, Strickland had quite a lot to say about the former UFC lightweight title holder. In a series of posts which Sean Strickland made on his Twitter account, Strickland wondered how the undefeated Dagestani fighter relates with his wife. You guys ever wondered how Khabib has sex? Guarantee she fakes it. Actually, no, I bet it's completely silent, and when he finishes, he just walks away, LMAO. Some MMA fans had something to say about Strickland's thoughts. As a woman fan base wanted more clarity to how Khabib practices his rituals, Strickland replied by telling the fan to cover up herself. He also added that he would make sure he tells Khabib that she doesn't mind wearing burqas, leaving the fans in shock even for Strickland standards. Another concerned fan advised Strickland to avoid crossing paths with Khabib with his nasty comments. Strickland responded by jokingly saying that he was ready to protect himself with Khabib's only weakness. LMAO, this is true. I'll just rub bacon grease all over me. It's Khabib's only weakness. Oh, and well, hot tubs filled with naked men, but that's not the party I'm singing up for. Now, if anyone was in doubt as to how serious these tweets were, Tarzan's last tweet in the series was enough to clear the air. It brought out the humor in it. I'm getting off Twitter. I just wanted to say, if I can't make fun of your religion, sexual orientation, and political views, then honestly go F yourself. The UFC just loves trash talk. Has this gone too far though? Share your thoughts on the comments below. The UFC prospect, Nick Maximov, has stated that he can take on top welterweight contender Khamzat Chimaev. The first time Maximov made this known was in December 2021. When his teammate Nate Diaz was being interviewed by TMZ. During the interview, Diaz was asked if he would likely meet with Chimaev. In response to this question, Diaz pointed at Maximov, who's 8-0 in MMA and 2-0 in UFC, and said Chimaev can fight with his teammate instead. Maximov wasn't initially part of the interview, and he simply replied yeah. Maximov wasn't too interested in the fight at the time, but this has changed over time. On Wednesday, Maximov told ESPN that he was down to fight Khamzat. He also added that, but I'm down to fight that fool. I don't know why everyone is tripping so hard. I mean, he's a good fighter, but everyone in the UFC is good though. I'm down with it. The possibility of Nate Diaz versus Khamzat Chimaev is on high possibilities, as the photos of the matchmaking board was leaked. Yet on the other hand, Maximov will be meeting with Andrei Petroski for his third promotional fight. Maximov is very confident that he will defeat Petroski in the middleweight bout and wishes to have a piece of Khamzat Chimaev. The 24-year-old fighter hopes to increase his wins and get his first stoppage in the UFC. Sean O'Malley has dreams and plans of becoming one of the biggest fighters in the UFC. O'Malley believes that he's going to be greater than Conor McGregor. Presently, Sean O'Malley might not bear the status as one of the top fighters in the UFC, but the UFC star has let the world into his heart desires of setting his own pace and getting to the point where he would be referred to as one of, if not the biggest stars in the promotion. In a recent interview with the MMA Hour, O'Malley told Ariel Helwani that no one fights like himself, and that all he just needs to do is to go out there and win these fights. O'Malley went on to say that he wants to build a name for himself, just the same way Conor has done. He also mentions names of other big guys in the promotion, like Kamaru and Izzy. O'Malley added that so many people might think that his idea is crazy, but everything always starts with a dream. The 27-year-old stated that the more he knocks out reputable fighters, the closer he will be to becoming the champ. Well, while we are wishing Sean O'Malley the best, Suga still has to begin his climb up the ladder by first defeating Premlin Pedro Munhoz. So, do you think Sean O'Malley has what it takes to become the next Conor McGregor? Let us know in the comments section below. Everyone might have forgotten the Aspen lad and Jim West incident, but the recent post by Strickland shows that he hasn't forgotten about it at all. Sean Strickland recently took shots at the coaches of Rose NAMAJUNAS and Aspen Lad by calling them sexual predators. Last year, the UFC women's bantamweight Aspen Ladd was scrutinized by the public for her relationship with her coach Jim West. This was as a result of the way Jim attacked Ladd during the bout with Norma Dumont at the UFC Vegas 40.
Please tell me what you're doing. You have to throw more than one punch. You got to get into the fight.
Members of the MMA community were not too pleased with the way Jim treated Ladd. One of the fighters that spoke up was Miesha Tate. Tate referred to the relationship as abusive. However, Ladd dismissed Tate's claims and said that all Tate wanted was attention and she was willing to fight Tate for free. Although the matter caused an uproar on social media, but it did soon die down after West apologized for the misconduct in Ladd's corner. Strickland took everyone by surprise when he made a post about that incident on Thursday. In the post, Strickland stated that Aspen Ladd was probably suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. He further added it up with another tweet stating the following. In a follow-up tweet, Strickland mentioned that it was very easy for women to be abused by their male coaches. And if you thought Strickland was done, think twice, for Tarzan swung by with another tweet. Reference the relationship between Rose Namajunas and Barry, where they both had a 13-year gap between them with so-called jokes on how they met on Jeffrey Epstein's island. Until now, neither Namajunas, Ladd, nor their coaches have responded to Strickland's tweets. Sean Strickland is one UFC fighter with a very unique personality, and while most people have come to terms with that fact, there's just one person who feels it's all an act, and that person is Belal Muhammad. The UFC welterweight contender Belal Muhammad claims that Strickland's characteristics and persona in and out of the octagon are all fake. The pair have had their own history in the UFC, which can be traced back to when the both of them were in the 170-pound division. Muhammad offered to step in and fight Strickland at the UFC 268 after Strickland's proposed opponent, Rockhold, backed out because of an injury. Muhammad then called Strickland a piece of trash. Strickland did not take his comments too well, as he also went off on Muhammad. Recently, Muhammad was interviewed by the Schmo, and he shared his thoughts on why he dislikes Strickland. Muhammad said that Strickland is a joke. Muhammad then added that from Strickland's last fight, it was evident that it's all talk, it's all an act. Muhammad then went on to add that Sean Strickland, stop acting. Just come out with it, it's cool. You watch Saturday night cartoons, we know that you're fake. You're not this crazy psycho guy, you're just a normal guy that's trying to be crazy. Just be yourself. Muhammad and Strickland are both top fighters in the UFC. They're close to getting UFC title shots. While it seems like the matchup may not happen at the 170 pounds, there's nothing stopping Muhammad from sharing what he thinks about Strickland. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also turn on your notifications. We'll be reading out our top comments in the near future. And make sure to watch our other videos to find out all the latest news in MMA.